Now to continue our inspirational story series, we are joined in the Harvey Norman Lounge by an Amazon #1 best-selling author who has built a multiple six-figure business from her laptop over the last 6.5 years while living out of her suitcase and travelling to over 70 countries. Welcome, Natalie Sisson.
Hi.
Welcome. That sounds like everybody's dream. First up, let's go back to the beginning of the journey. So you were in the corporate world for 8 years and you ended up in London with a pretty impressive business role. What was it that really triggered you to start doing what you're doing?
I think it was the bureaucracy, the commute every single day. Like, London's an amazing city, but when you're in a 9 to 5, it was just incredibly frustrating. And for the first time in my life, I woke up and didn't actually want to go to work, which is very unlike me.
It's not a good feeling, is it?
No.
Okay, and then what did you do?
I actually had just got a raise and a bonus, and I decided to hand in my notice on a year.
Wow.
And flew to Canada to play World Championship Ultimate Frisbee. Didn't really have a plan, but just booked a one-way ticket, packed up my life into a suitcase and took it from there.
So you knew that there was something that you had to do. So you're in Canada. What happened then after the Ultimate Frisbee competition? Which is cool, by the way.
Yeah,
do you say play Frisbee? Do you still do it?
Play Frisbee. It is a sport. It's a real sport.
It is a sport.
Not just for dogs on a beach.
So you're still doing the Worlds and things?
Yeah.
Oh, excellent.
Yeah, just in London last year.
So let's go back to Canada. So you're there. So what did you do afterwards?
I did a lot of networking. I was in Vancouver, so I did a lot of networking at business events and just basically hustled to meet new people, and met my business partner, and we co-founded a tech company actually within the first probably month or two of me being there.
Did you know what you wanted to do, or did you just...
I just knew I didn't want to be in 9 to 5, and I did have an inkling that I wanted to do something in health and fitness and bringing health into the corporate environment, just because I'd seen so many unhealthy people in my jobs, but then ended up not doing that at all.
So what gave you the strength to take that leap of faith? Because a lot of people probably sit there and think, oh, cool, it'd be great to sit in a cafe in Bali and run my business.
Me.
Yeah.
But we get nervous because we think of, you know, the commitments we've got. So what was it that gave you the strength?
I think it was just, what's the worst that could happen? Like,
Right.
if I took a huge leap and I failed, I'd just have to go back into a job. But I had so much motivation to not do that. That was the thing that just made me push forward. And then it's just making that decision.
And so what with the travelling? So you obviously weren't based in one place, you were travelling all over?
Yeah. I started off, went to Argentina for about 5 months and lived and worked there. And then I went to Amsterdam and then Berlin. And then I was just bouncing around all over the world. It was pretty amazing.
Wow.
Yeah.
How do we all achieve freedom in business? Because this is what the Suitcase Entrepreneur book is all about. So how do we do that?
It's a great question. I actually think you just have to be really, really clear on what you want out of life. And I don't think many people actually sit back and say, if I could have the perfect day, day after day, what would I be doing? Where would I be? And how would I be living my life, and what career would I have?
Okay, so if you are saying those things, there are some smaller things that you can do in your everyday life to sort of get you to that big picture?
Yeah, I often talk to people about little mini moments of your perfect day. So why don't you take a little digital sabbatical during the day, disconnect completely from social media, and simply read a book like you would on holiday? I mean, it sounds really simple, but it's like taking a little break. And just being really clear again on what you'd love to do. So can you take a nap in the afternoon? Can you just take time out in the morning to do a little bit of yoga or meditation, and just give yourself those moments of freedom in your day, rather than always being on, rather than always working?
Because I guess that's what people assume is success, always being on, always working. But you think it's really important to take that time out?
I disagree with that entirely. I can't stand it when people are like, a badge of honour because I've worked a 60-hour week. I actually think they've got something wrong. They don't have great systems. They don't have, you know, a really good work-life harmony, as I like to call it.
Yeah.
And they don't have the priorities usually in check.
So if somebody has a great idea and they want to start doing what you're doing, because it sounds like a dream,
Yeah.
what is the first thing that they actually need to do?
I think I often tell people to figure out their sweet spot, which is the intersection between what you're good at or you're really good at, what you enjoy doing or you love doing, and what people will pay you for. And that's usually the harder part there at the end. But often we have skills and talents and experience that can actually be monetised and turn into a business, or at least a freelance career.
And have you had any scary moments?
Yeah, I had my suitcase stolen almost when I was in Vietnam. They just sort of took off with a motorbike and grabbed it, but luckily my laptop bag was on the handle.
Yes.
Scary moments in terms of business have just been those moments of, am I going to make it? I don't have enough money coming in. I can't pay the rent. Just all those wonderful moments. A launch didn't go well, or didn't go as well as you thought.
Right, so it's real.
Yeah, it's really real. And there's fear of just pushing through and just coming back to, how do I want to live my life? And
So what are you hoping that people are going to get out of the book?
I really hope it's for two different sort of audiences: people who want to quit their job and start their first business, and also for experienced entrepreneurs who want to have more freedom in their life and working too hard. So I just really want people to see what's possible when you put your mind to it.
Yeah, and also getting inside your mind, because I think if you've been given a raise and a promotion at work and then you decide to chuck it all in, that's
most people thought that was crazy.
Yeah, no, that it is, but you can learn more about it in this book. You are inspiring.
Yes, and for more from Natalie and to buy her book, you can go to suitcaseentrepreneur.com/book.